While you were asleep last night, and I mean quite literally while you were asleep, new AI models were released, startups raised millions of funds for building new AI agents, and in labs from San Francisco to London, systems were writing codes after analyzing other codes. This isn't some science fiction, this is a random Tuesday nowadays. I am Pranjali. I'm studying management and public policy at an IIM. And today we are going to do something that your syllabus has probably not caught up with yet. We are going to keep up with the AI. Here's the thing they don't tell you in your management class, that every major technological revolution, be it the printing press, the industrial revolution, the internet, had one thing in common. The people who understood it, they didn't just survive. They shaped what came next. And AI is literally accelerating. And the window to shape it is currently open, but we don't know for how long it is. As management students and as future policy analysts, the question isn't that should I learn about AI? Well, it is, can you even afford not to? So let's start from where we are and let us know how we reached here. November 2022, ChatGPT is launched. 1 million users in 5 days. For many people, this was their first real interaction with generative AI, and it changed what we expect from computers. March 2023, GPT-4 and the plug-in era. More capable reasoning, early multimodal abilities. AI starts moving from curiosity to something people actually use for real work. March 2023, Claude enters the picture. Built by researchers who left OpenAI led by Dario Amodei. A different approach, safety and alignment as a core design principle. December 2023, Google launches Gemini, a new family of models designed to handle text, images, and more. The AI race expands. This is no longer just a two-player game. 2024 to 25, the agent era begins. AI doesn't just answer questions anymore, it starts taking actions. Writing code, automating workflows, assisting across tools. Today, AI is multimodal, integrated and everywhere. In your browser, in your apps, your workflow and the pace. It's no longer measured in decades. It's measured in months, sometimes weeks. What's fascinating is that these aren't just merely product launches. They are entire market-moving events. For example, when Chegg flagged the impact of ChatGPT, its stock nearly dropped by 40% in a single day. When GPT-4 arrived, the industries like law, consulting, and content creation started rethinking how entry-level work gets done. We are not just watching technology to get improved. We are watching entire industries to be replaced by this AI. Let's spend a moment talking about Anthropic and Claude, because from a public policy perspective, this might just be the most interesting AI company right now. This is not just because of the technology. As the CEO of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, says in many interviews and essays that this could be one of the most transformative technologies that humanity has ever created. And that's why it needs to be developed responsibly and not recklessly. That's not marketing, that's a strategic philosophical bet. And it matters for policy because the question of who builds the frontier AI and what values are embedded into it may be one of the most important questions of governance of our time. Claude was trained using something known as the constitutional AI, a method where a model is guided by a set of principles to evaluate its responses. Not just external guardrails, but internal guidelines are how its behavior is shaped. And that's your cue as a policy student to ask who defines these principles, who decides what goes in this constitution, and most importantly, who has the power to change it. Okay, so this is the part of video where I need your utmost attention because this might be the most exciting or the most alarming situation to you based on your perspective. So the AI has started creating, running, and populating its social media platform of its own. Not only helping the humans to build it, actually creating and operating them. Isn't it crazy? Platforms like Character.ai are hosting millions of conversations every day, with many users forming real emotional connections with AI personas. Meta's AI tools let people create AI versions of themselves and can generate content and interact with others even when they are offline. And increasingly, AI systems are being trained on content generated by other AIs, creating feedback loops we are only beginning to understand. From a management perspective, the implications of this business model are quite staggering. Like, think about its effects on the advertising, marketing, and content creation fields. Like, it can literally generate personas of its own, create loads of contents, can reply to your comments, and even negotiate brand deals. What's even left for it to do? This is an alarming situation for the content creators across the globe. And from a policy perspective, just think about this. When an AI agent converses and interacts with another AI agent on a platform which is designed for humans, like, who is that platform even serving to then? And who is gonna take the accountability if anything goes wrong? Here's the central tension, not just for policy students, but for anyone who is serious about the effects of AI. Technology is moving rapidly on an exponential curve, whereas the legislation and rules making is growing only at a normal timeline. There's a huge gap between the two. Like, we have seen the European Union Artificial Intelligence Act, which took years to negotiate and pass. In the same period, we went from GPT-2, which was a normal research preview, to systems like GPT-4, which can generate complex text, assist you in coding, and even draft policy-making documents. And in India, digital regulation is still evolving around social media and data governance, while AI is already shaping how we use these platforms. The technology is not waiting for anyone, and policy, it's still trying to catch up with it. These are the policy debates shaping AI right now. Liability. When an AI system contributes to a medical error, who is responsible? The developer? The hospital? The clinician using it? Nobody knows. Deepfakes and synthetic media. How do you regulate content when photorealistic audio and video can be generated at scale? What counts as authentication? What counts as a consent? Labor and the social contract. The International Monetary Fund estimates that AI could affect around 40% of jobs globally, meaning transformation, not just loss. So what happens when productivity gains don't flow to the same person whose work is being changed? What does a fair transition even look like? These aren't random hypothetical exam questions. They are live debates which are happening right now across the globe, be it Beijing, Washington DC, Brussels, or New Delhi. These are management experts and policy graduates who are trying to build new frameworks and policies for the AI, but many of them are failing. And why is it so? The AI governance researchers argue that the people making decisions about it can't fully understand what they are deciding upon. Alright, I'm not someone who will tell you your house is on fire and leave you as it is. Well, you don't even need a whole roadmap, but just 3 simple steps. Number 1, notice it. Number 2, use it. And number 3, question it. So that alone puts you ahead of most of the people, because at this point you are not just using or reacting the AI anymore. You are starting to see its patterns, its limits, and its impacts. AI literacy is going to be one of the core skills needed for the young professionals in the coming decade. And the people who are going to succeed aren't just those who are building AI, but they are those who understand it, implements it in the right way, ethically and responsibly, and use AI to build organizations for the betterment of the people. That can be you if you choose to engage with it. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with one thought and one challenge. The thought is that many of the people in your industry didn't grow up with this technology, but you did. So you can create this as an advantage for you by utilizing this resource wisely and ethically. And the challenge for you is to pick up a new AI tool you have never used before this week and spend 30 minutes using it, push it to its limitations, ask it hard questions and whatnot. And then think about what kind of rules and legislations should be built for it, and what are the risks you can see in it. Just write it down, and yeah, you can write it in the comments. And I think this is a better way, because thinking is the best asset you have, and it's better than passive learning. Don't you think so? If you're interested in exploring the intersection of management, technology, and policy with me, then please feel free to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.